This video will be a full tour and documentation of this 2012 GMC Acadia Denali.
This Acadia is painted in white diamond tricoat.
You have chrome door handles, the front door panels do have storage areas with bottle holders. It does have a premium Bose sound system, power windows, locks, and mirrors, and you also get two-person memory for the driver's seat.
Standard of the Denali are perforated leather seats, and this one sports the cashmere interior color scheme.
And both front seats have full power adjustments. And now let's go ahead and start the engine. On the remote, you do have the buttons for remote start, lock, unlock, power tailgate release, and panic.
A staple of the GMC brand has been the Denali nameplate. First appearing for 1999 as the ultra-luxurious top trim of the GMC Yukon, Denali would go on to be the most luxurious version of many more GMCs over the following decades. When a GMC model gets the Denali treatment, it receives many unique signature cosmetic touches inside and out to set it apart from the lower trims. And of course, it gets loaded to the gills with features and options. All in all, the Denali trim is the pinnacle of every GMC model that it is offered on. For many years, GMC was known for pretty much exclusively selling trucks and SUVs. However, 2007 saw GMC come out with the marquee's first ever car-based unibody crossover, which was the Acadia. This was part of General Motors replacing their aging minivan lineup with new three-row crossover SUVs in the late 2000s. They would come out with 4 new models between 2007 and 2009, which was the GMC Acadia, Saturn Outlook, Buick Enclave, and Chevrolet Traverse. This quartet of crossovers rode on the same platform, with each model having their own unique styling to represent their respective brands. Now, while the Outlook was gone after 2010 along with Saturn as a whole, its GMC, Chevy, and Buick counterparts have continued on quite strongly to this day, with all 3 of them now being in a second generation. Still in its second generation as of the 2022 model year, the 2012 model in this video represents the first generation of the GMC Acadia, which was produced from model years 2007 through 2016, or 2007 through 2017 if you count the 2017 fleet-exclusive Acadia Limited. It rides on the General Motors Lambda platform, which also underpinned the aforementioned Saturn Outlook, first-generation Chevrolet Traverse, and first-gen Buick Enclave. 2011 saw the debut of the Acadia Denali, which was also the first time the GMC Denali nameplate appeared on a unibody vehicle. For 2013, the Acadia got a mid-cycle facelift, which gave it a new front and rear fascia, along with some interior updates, upgraded tech, and new features. Therefore, this 2012 is one of the last pre-facelift first-generation Acadias. For the 2012 model year, the Acadia comes in the following trim levels: SL, SLE, SLT1, SLT2, and the range-topping Denali like we have here. Across the board, they all use the same 288 horsepower 3.6-liter V6 engine paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive is standard, while all-wheel drive, like this one has, is optional. Key competitors for the Acadia in 2012 included the Ford Explorer, Honda Pilot, and Toyota Highlander, to name a few. In GMC's 2012 SUV and crossover lineup, the mid-size 3-row Acadia is slotted between the smaller 2-row Terrain and the full-size body-on-frame Yukon.
The instrument cluster houses 5 analog gauges, including your temperature, tachometer, fuel gauge, speedometer, along with your charging voltage meter. And there's also a small digital display, which you can control via buttons right here. It has a 4-spoke design, leather and wood steering wheel. As for controls, on this side you have your cruise control, and on this side you got your audio controls along with your hands-free phone and voice command controls. It does have a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. Your headlight controls, air vent for the driver. Got your high beam, turn signal, and wiper stalk. And on this side, you got the controls for your heads-up display, which you can control the brightness, the position of it, and then also configure what it shows. Going down the center of the interior, you have a storage compartment up top, air vents, your touchscreen infotainment system, navigation, an aux port, and a CD player. Got the aforementioned information display controls, hazard light button, passenger airbag indicator. Got all the controls for your front dual zone automatic climate control. You got the controls for your 3-stage heated and cooled front seats, rear wiper control, traction control, tow haul mode, and your power tailgate. Some storage, along with a power outlet, 2 cup holders, and some of that nice glossy wood grain trim. Putting it in reverse does reveal a backup camera. Got some storage, along with coin holders. And your center console is sliding, and also has some storage. Glove box is lockable. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. Auto-dimming rearview mirror, your OnStar. On the overhead console, you got your overhead lighting, garage home link, and the controls for your sunroof. It does have 2 sunroofs. Back one doesn't open, but front one does. And you just open it, with this switch right here. And finally, here is the touchscreen infotainment system. Your navigation map right there. Got AM, FM, and Sirius XM radio. Of course, you also got your auxiliary input. Now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window. The driver's window is fully automatic, and the front passenger window is automatic down. The vehicle's parking brake is foot operated.
As for rims, the top-of-the-line Denali trim adds these 20-inch 6-spoke chrome-clad alloys.
Gotta love the signature Denali grille.
The 2012 Acadia is propelled by GM's LLT 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V6. It's a dual overhead cam 24-valve engine with direct injection and variable valve timing, and it cranks out 288 horsepower at 6,300 RPM and 270 pound-feet of torque at 3,400 RPM. This engine is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode, and the Acadia in this video gets its power sent to all 4 wheels. Running on regular unleaded with a 22-gallon fuel tank, the all-wheel drive Acadia gets an estimated 16 mpg in the city and 23 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Stopping the Acadia are 4-wheel ventilated disc brakes. It weighs in at roughly 4,800 pounds, and when properly equipped, it can tow up to 5,200 pounds.
I won't be able to get the back door open all the way because this Challenger right there. But as you saw earlier, the fuel cap is on the driver's side. But on the rear door panels, you got more storage, bottle holders, cup holders up here, more of that wood grain. But before we have a look at the second row captain's chairs, we will get in the third row seat and check out what we got back there. Alright, so surprisingly, there is actually a decent amount of room as far as third row seats go. I mean, it's definitely not roomy. I'm not the most comfortable by any means, but I could actually ride back here if I absolutely had to, because there's actually, my legs aren't like completely just crushing up on that seat. And of course, smaller people, I can see them being quite comfortable back here. But in the back, you do have cup holders and storage coat hooks. There's your rear air vents and your overhead lighting back here. But now we'll check out the second row seats. And now we're in the second row seats. Obviously, as you expect, no problem with space back here. The second row captain's chairs are also sliding, so you can slide them back and forth. And they both have armrests. Both of the front seats have storage pockets on the backs, grab handles on the B-pillars, and here is your rear sunroof. You can't open the actual glass, but you do have a sunshade. Now back here you do have your rear set of climate controls, and it does have a rear seat entertainment system, so you got some radio controls back here. It does come with headsets, but I don't know where they are. Got a household style power outlet, AV inputs, and another car power outlet. Your overhead lighting, and here's the screen for the rear seat entertainment system. Does have dual exhaust, your rear wiper, and it also has a power tailgate.
The Acadia offers 24.1 cubic feet of cargo space with all the rear seats up. When you fold down the third row only, you now have 68.9 cubic feet. Fold down the third row and the second row, and you now have 116.9 cubic feet of space.
And back here you got something pretty interesting. You can control the radio from back here. All their same controls, seat track, volume, different sources. So if you're having like a party, you have your tailgate open, you can just control the radio from back here. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2012 GMC Acadia, and as always, stay tuned for more videos.